The termination email arrived at 6:12 a.m. No subject line, no greeting, just a PDF with my name spelled wrong. I was already awake. I hadn't slept since the funeral. Grief has a way of sharpening insomnia into something surgical. I read the attachment once, then again. Then I watched the sun slide across the bedroom wall like it was none of my business. Effective immediately. 5 days. That's how long it took her, my wife, the new CEO. I imagined her in her father's chair, his chair, still warm with inherited authority, signing my exit like a reflex. No call, no conversation, no explanation beyond organizational realignment. I laughed, quietly, carefully, like laughter could trigger something explosive if done too loudly. My phone buzzed, a text from her. "We'll talk later." Later was doing a lot of work there. I closed the email and stared at the ceiling, counting the invisible cracks. Somewhere between the third and fourth, something inside me settled. Not broke, settled. At the funeral, she didn't cry. She stood straight, accepted condolences, shook hands like she was closing deals instead of burying a man who built an empire from a rented garage and a bad temper. Her father trusted me, more than her, I think. He liked that I listened, that I never needed the spotlight, that I signed things and made them better without asking for credit. She noticed that. She always noticed. After the reading of the will, she hugged me for the cameras, her nails pressed into my back, a warning disguised as affection. That night, she didn't come home. She said she needed space. She said grief makes people strange. She said I wouldn't understand. What I understood was silence. Her phone face down, the sudden password changes, the way she practiced saying CEO in the mirror like it was a foreign language she intended to master. The firing was just punctuation, but betrayal rarely travels alone. It brings friends. I remembered the CFO, her late nights reviewing numbers, the way his name surfaced too often in casual sentences, the way she flinched when I asked about him, just slightly, just enough. Nothing concrete, nothing provable, yet. I didn't confront her. That would have been sloppy. Instead, I returned my company laptop like a model citizen, smiled at HR, signed the exit paperwork with a steady hand. The receptionist looked confused, like she expected me to beg. I went home and opened my personal safe. Shareholder agreements, voting trusts, old signatures her father insisted on years ago, just in case. I remembered the day he slid the papers across the table. "Your family," he said. "Blood is loud. Ownership is louder." While she was busy becoming something sharp and public, I watched quietly. Phone records, calendar overlaps, expense reports she didn't know I still had access to, hotel receipts coded as investor relations, always on Thursdays. I didn't feel angry. Anger wastes oxygen. I felt focused. She came home on Friday night, smelling like a stranger's cologne. Kissed my cheek like we were still pretending, asked if I was okay. "I'm fine," I said. It wasn't a lie. It was a forecast. The confirmation came Sunday afternoon, a forwarded email, accidentally on purpose sent by the CFO's wife. Women like her recognize patterns before men do. She didn't accuse. She didn't need to. Dates, rooms, words no one writes unless they think they're untouchable. I printed everything, laid it out on the dining table like a surgeon preparing instruments. When my wife walked in, she stopped, didn't speak, just stared. "Is this why you fired me?" I asked. Her mouth opened, closed. Her eyes searched for a version of me that wasn't there anymore. "I was going to tell you," she whispered. I nodded, because people need encouragement when they're lying. I slid the final document toward her, The one with the percentages. Her father's signature. Mine. 62%. The room went very quiet. Monday morning, I took my seat at the head of the boardroom table. She arrived last. Pale. Smaller somehow. The CFO wouldn't meet my eyes. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't smile. I called the meeting to order, outlined the conflict of interest, presented the evidence, moved for a vote of no confidence. She tried to speak. The words collapsed before they reached daylight. The vote was unanimous. I didn't watch her leave. I signed the interim CEO papers and handed them to legal. Then I stood. "I won't be staying," I said. "Sell my shares." Quietly. They nodded, because power recognizes itself. She waited for me in the hallway, crying now, apologizing, explaining how lonely she felt, how the weight was too much. I listened. I always did. Then I walked past her. By the time the ink dried, I was already gone. New city, new silence, no shared history cluttering the air. People think revenge is loud, that it burns hot and fast. They're wrong. Real revenge is cold. It's clean. It ends things. Sometimes marriages. Sometimes dynasties. I don't miss her. I miss who I thought she was. That man is gone too. And the truth? Monday was fun.